morning everyone, Steel Horse here. Welcome along to Silverrun Forest Farm. We join Jake and Paige. Jake's been up since Sparrow's fart this morning working on his silage sausage. Keen to get all the bales in, and in fact this is just the last two that you might remember were just left up beside the manure pit at the cow barn. So the sausages come together nice. It was just a fraction heavy on the front with two bales, but the snakes come together nicely. Just decided to go with it at the end of the field here because as soon as the silage is made, we'll be selling it, so there'll be no problem getting it off the field. So that's just been sitting here. You can see it out in front of us. So we'll just put these last two bales on, line up there, and tilt them forward a little bit. Should take the bottom one pretty easily, and we just make sure the top one doesn't fall off. There we go. Back up while the machine comes towards us. I've got the hang of the operation here now, and that should be the snake done. I'll just pop over here for a second. So jump in and finish the snake off. We learnt before that we need to finish it off nicely, or else we get a little bit of a problem. There's our bales unloaded. We can fold up the device and turn it off. There we go. So we'll just leave those fermenting away there. The so 0%, so they're going to take a day or two. So probably in January we should be able to sell those. Just while we're at it, looking at sale prices, we do want to be selling some of this straw. We don't need all of this for the animals. So let's have a look what the straw sale situation is while we're down here. So straw is the price is coming up nicely, but it looks like next month we might get a few extra dollars, so we might just hold out on that one. But the next order of business, you remember in the last episode we leased a sugar beet cutter because Jake observes that the new facility over at the new sawmill is now buying cut sugar beet, and it's paying $50 or $60 odd per 1,000 litre premium over the price for regular sugar beet that the Silverrun market is offering. So he figured that's probably worth a try, because any extra dollars we can get for our small sugar beet crop is worthwhile. And there's a couple of things that it'd be pretty handy to pick up to help with the ideas he's got for being just a little more efficient clearing that the wooded part of where he's trying to cut out the new field. So just drop the bale spike in here, and let's see. Oops, didn't quite make it to the shelf. Never mind, we'll sort that out next time. Eddy's did in fact deliver the scoop, cut a scoop for the sugar beet up to us, so that was pretty handy. So let's connect that on. Now, we probably won't get it all in, but we might use the red trailer because we can, it's like we can fit in here reasonably well. Let's just sort ourselves out if we put the trailer just outside this door, hopefully we can just cut straight into it. Might work fairly neatly for us. And just organise ourselves a load here. He's not done this process before, so it's a little bit uncertain how long it'll take, and he was certainly nervous when he got up this morning because there were no showers. Whoops, that's not going to go out that way. It was, he was kind of concerned we wouldn't get through all of the day's jobs, particularly as he's keen to get into that field behind Eddy's and progress that a little bit. But so far so good. So let's just pull in over here, something like so. Let's see how we go there. Oops, I'm going to climb over. With any luck, this should be a pretty straightforward process. We've got normal sorts of controls on our scoop. It takes 2,300 litres by the looks. Let's set it up right. Zoom over here to our trailer. It looks like we've sort of picked a pretty reasonable angle. We can get it up high enough. Yeah, just got enough weight on the back by the looks. Straighten it up. We turn it on with the B key. What's going on here? Can't quite find it. We're running. Maybe we can't put cut sugar beet in this trailer. Let's have a look. That would be a little bit annoying. Trailers. It should be fine. Oh, there we go. We weren't quite in the right spot. So that seems to cut pretty well. If we just pop the chute down. Must prune that tree that seems to be determined to come through the wall. And there we go. Plenty of room. We get the system right and see what we're doing. So we'll do a few loads in here, and that should get us in good shape then. We cut away. Let's just see what the price that we can reach. It doesn't tell us in our tool that we've got cut sugar beet in our trailer as yet. However, if we go to here, we can see that the going price at the market is $261, which is pretty darn close to the top price versus sugar beet cut, which potentially can reach $100 more and is very close to $100 more, $358. So at $100, 1,000 litres, this is definitely an activity that's worth doing. Just a little bit of labour to turn our sugar beet into a bit more volume. So Jake will continue on with this job for a little while. And we'll check back in with him when he's got either the trailer full or the load off the floor. So not realizing that we're full, we managed to spill the last little bit on the floor. I think the trailer is actually at the weight limit. So what we'll do is head down to the sawmill and this biogas facility that they've put in, see if we can sell some cut sugar beet. Those snow showers have cleared away quite nicely, so we should, looks like it's a little bit overcast, but we should be able to get most of our chores done today. Our cover crop of grass that we planted over here on the cornfield by the water has come up nicely, and you can see the facility that they've put in over here at the new sawmill. So we always thought that the sawmill was kind of quiet, and obviously this is just another opportunity to streamline their operation and fit in with demands in the local area. So let's see, I think we just back up to this hopper here, and that's where they'll want the sugar beet. Just like so. Yep, and they're paying for it. There should be a few thousand. There we go. 6.5. A little over. 6,736, in fact. So that's nice. That pays for the equipment that we used for the harvest, and we've still probably got the best part of another load sitting on the floor, so that sort of turns our experiment around quite nicely, which was the objective. Nobody seems interested in this field on the right here, so we get good money for the timber that we're trying to clear on that paddock behind Eddy's. We'll be in good spot to buy that field as well and progress our plan. So meanwhile, let's go get this loaded up and see if we can get another load into that BGA facility. There's probably about 2 or 3 more shovel loads here on the floor. And I think we'll go pretty close to fitting these in the trailer. I think from memory, we ended up with pretty much 2 full trailer loads by the time it was done. But, we'll see, or maybe not. We'll try one more and see what happens. We'll try not to put it on the floor like last time. Looks like we might have a scoop full left after we fill the trailer. It's a nice problem to have. That's looking really close to full there now, I think, on weight terms at least. Let's see here. Just a smidge left on the floor. So, how much of this will go in? We might have spilt a bit there. No, we didn't. Oh, we might get pretty close. Got all of that scoop in. It's left on the floor here. So, I've got the hang of the angles here. That's 175 litres was left there. And can we get the last 175 litres in the trailer? Looks like we can. So that's the job done there. We can return the scoop to the store. That's worked out pretty well. If we get a bit more crop in the ground, I think we'll buy one of those for next year. That's worked out quite nicely. But let's just get over here out of the way, and we can run this other load down to the BGA. Maybe grab a cup of coffee on the way. Yep, pretty much we had 35,000 litres of sugar beet, so a nice little haul off the various bits of field that we did, and something where we can comfortably double the volume for next year, I'd reckon, and start to generate a little bit more profit. Let's get ourselves sorted here. I wonder if we can swing in and drive through that location. Maybe if we'd gone the other way, we might have done a little bit better, but let's experiment. Yeah, we can. It's good to know. There goes the cash. Well, that's interesting. Now, one of two things has happened there. Either this facility doesn't want to buy anymore, which is always a chance. Yep, that looks like the case. So they've got a bit of a limit here on how much they can take, so that's good to know. We've got our cash up, but what we might do is we can take the trailer back to our little yard by our silo, and maybe we can pop over later on and see if they'll take some more. I'm guessing with the passage of time they'll process what we've already sold them, and maybe we've got to feed it to them in drabs. It's not a big deal. What it does mean, the next little thing that Jake wanted to do was get on with some of the clearing activities, and been talking to Eddy about a couple of ideas to maybe speed up a couple of aspects of that, try a couple of different things, and for that he needs some equipment. So you can certainly buy one piece of it, and maybe he's got some trees cut there already. We'll see how he goes with the container. And that might provide the way to fund the second bit that he wants. So we'll just duck down there in the truck, and we'll see you down at Eddy's. Now what we're looking for here, there's a couple of things we might find in his forestry catalogue, maybe. Let's just see. So here's the first one. There's a winch that we can mount on our fifth wheel on the truck. And the best thing about this winch is it's got a 10-ton capacity. So for moving the trees into bunches the way we've been cutting them, it'll be just ideal. And we might, given it's going to go on the truck, sort of do it in a similar sort of colour. I think we're going to buy one of those. That'll be useful in a lot of different spots around the farm anyway. And then the other thing that he was looking at, which we can't afford right at the minute, is this pole trailer, because there's a chance, rather than dealing with the containers, particularly while we're moving a large number of trees, we can leave them in longer lengths and take them up to the old sawmill. So that'll be the plan. But before we can do that, we need to now this we can move, and from what we understand, that'll be the front of it. So it should just be a matter of plonking it on the back here. If we get in, yeah, we can attach it, and it's all wired in. That's pretty terrific. Now we don't need to use it straight away. We've got a few logs there. Let's whack a few in the trailer. And see how many more we might need to cut. He's sort of been working his way across this field gradually, as evidenced by the number of stumps that are get our jaws open there, and down. Just tilt you just a whisker more. Hopefully we can bunch up a few of you folks. Get you under there like so. Flip you on, and up we go. Oh, rolled one off the front. Didn't have it quite tight enough, but never mind. quite put the truck in the right position for what we want here, but we'll see. Should be alright. There we go. Excellent. Try that again. There we go. So you can see he's been putting the little ones on the little log trailer he's got there, so just helps sometimes when there's a stump behind, but you don't get it quite square on. You can do what we did there and just push them over the top. Never mind. And they need another 5,000 litres to fill that container. So let's just cut another 6-metre log, which we can find another few 6-metre logs. Yeah, we're stuck on a stump there, are we? There's a few trees bunched up over here. Let's set up our processor and just take care of those. We want you turned that way, and then that way. Fat end to fat end. And let's bring you out. Yeah, that's only a little log. Spit you over there. This might work a little bit better. Probably need another one about that size, I think. We've got one. Just extend out just a whisker. There we go. Over. And that should do us. That should be plenty of 6-metre logs to fill up our container. That one was huge. It probably would have been a good idea to grab that one the first time, Jake. We might just pack up our processor for a sec. Just back out of the way. Avoid the stump that's there, but hit the one that we didn't see. Close the way. Let's see if we can take the big one without taking the little one. Be a little bit tricky there. Back out of there. Looks like we're only going to need one more. One or two more bits of timber to fill that container. Let's try and get a couple so that we don't leave ourselves too short. Going to fit up in that corner there. I reckon it went pretty close. Let's have a look. 21,700, you're full. Let's head up to Stumpy Morgan at the container terminal, and we can drop the container in, and that should give us the funds we need to buy a different log trailer. Here we are at the container terminal. Just pop in. Stumpy's boys are generally really efficient, so not expecting any difference today. Interestingly though, that's a little bit less for the timber we put in. So must have been a few different varieties in there that they weren't so keen on. Nonetheless, we've got enough to do what we want, so we'll head back to town and pick up that pole trailer. So there's the pole trailer. Now we'll need the other truck to pick it up, which we've put the winch on, which is not a big deal. Don't know if we can mount the winch on the other truck, but for now what we'll do is just have a look at our pile of logs here, because plan is to cut these into 12-meter length, and it'd be kind of nice to have them neatly aligned. Now this has got a pretty good line on it, and what Jake's hoping is that he can use it to left shift. There we go. What have we got here? These are sort of in the right spot. This one's a bit out of alignment. So if we pop you on there and pop you on there. There's another. They're the wrong sort of trees. We'll have to tidy them up by hand. Let's just pull you in a bit. So that slides those forward. Straightens things up. Let's add a couple more on. And that one. Now we've got all 4 of them on there. We use K to bring you in. That sort of tidy our pile up a little bit. I reckon it kind of does. Now we detach. Now when we come over with our processor, we don't have to move around and mess around as much with the setup. Just got to watch out for those little stumps that keep catching us out. If we can just get set up somewhere like so. Let's see here. Now we want this time we want to be going for 12-meter lengths, Jake reckons. And Let's see here. Open you up. Turn you the other way. And put you down and turn you on. And now, when we slide you across to there and cut off a length, we get a 12-metre one. And a shorty. Yeah, but some of these trees we find here should be in the order of 36 metres or so. So what he's kind of hoping is that he can get this done with there we go, there's two good lengths and another shorty by the looks. Not too short. Certainly less cuts. You're going to be able to get that log over there. Just we're lucky. We'll make ourselves a decent pile here and then set about loading the trailer. Remove our winch. It's easy and straightforward. We can just pop him over here. We might see if that'll go on the other truck. Don't know if it will or not. Kind of neat if it mounted in the middle of the tray, but have to take the tray back off it. We'll see. Let's would appear we are attached. And there we go. Yeah, there we go. So we can leave him on there. That'll work. And now we can go get our longer logging trailer and put these longer lengths on it. Let's just pop you alongside and see what we can organise here. And what Jake's hoping for here is that picking up 2 or 3 of these, if you kind of compare it, given each one of them at length is twice the last lot. It's kind of like picking up 4 is the plan. So it's quite a lot of timber there. That's a 6 log load in theory. And hopefully we're just right on our weight limit by the looks. Just gotta move those around the front stand. Hopefully. I haven't quite picked it up square, which doesn't help us. Let's see if we can get that up in the right spot. Like so many things, this is looking very much like a practice job for Jake. There we go. And out of there. Up. Up. You get the other two. The thing we learned from the first load is it's all about picking them up square. Somewhat like so. Having them high enough. And then that short one's probably going to be a problem. Over you go, that's what we want, yeah. Pull you out of the way. So Shift N just allows me to, and Shift J just allows me to play with the length of the trailer, and it's bringing it in just a little smidge seems to be a better strategy for getting these logs to sit nicely. So whilst I'm happy with the log length, bringing those support poles, I'm sure they have a formal name, in is the ticket. Let's just strap what we've got on the trailer. So it's not full to pussy's bow, so to speak, but that's a fair old lot. I'd be interested to see what sort of return we get. Now we do have straps on this trailer. So if we fasten tension belts, although interestingly we get some very odd behavior when we fasten tension belts, in that some logs don't go where they are, so don't go with the trailer, so something very strange going on there. So we might just be careful and go without tension belts for the present until we can investigate that a little further. The logs seem to be sitting there, at least for the moment, pretty comfortably, and it's a straight run up to the old sawmill, so we can drop these in and see how our afternoon's logging, or our couple of hours of logging, have gone. Might have a bit of an area that's clear enough now we can grab the plough and just start to mark out the extents of this field that we're thinking about, so that we just get a bit of a handle on how much more work we've got to do. And from what Jake understands, talking to Stumpy, all they're really looking for is you to unload into their float pit. So we'll give that a whirl. Trailer certainly seems to handle all right, despite the weird glitch with the tie-down straps. Hopefully we can back down this hill here without getting too much. That should do it. Now if we head on over and talk to the guy that runs the mechanism. $24,000. So it certainly looks like wood prices have changed a little bit. Let's see if we can bump those other logs. Might have to go again. There we go, that's all our wood. So not as much as we were getting for a container, but then the container was much cheaper also. Paid a lot less, like 2/3. So I don't know how much information we've got on wood prices. Let's have a look here. It looks like we get prices for pretty much everything. Oh, there we go, wood prices. So I don't know what they were before, but it looks like the old sawmill has the best price, and it's quite a lot better than at the container warehouse. So we'll stick with that. 58,000 is the beginning, and we've got plenty more trees to get up here. But for now, that's what we needed. In fact, that money might be enough to purchase that field near the new sawmill, which wouldn't be a bad pickup. So we might jump over there and have a look at that. So if we have a look on the map here, this field just near ours, field 41, is 50,000, and we've got enough, so I think we'll pick that one up, because that's definitely in our plan. And so it's been a good day. Let's go and grab. And the other thing we needed to do, this tractor's here because it needed a little bit of maintenance. So the Traction King's repair costs aren't too bad. What about the plough? And not too bad either. So at least we know everything's maintained. We do need some fuel, so we'll fill that up. And we don't need to take the plough on the road. We can use our connecting road here, because this drives right in the top of that field on the other side of the lake there. And it'll just be a matter of how much of this timbered area on the right we actually get clear, because our land comes all the way up here. So we'll certainly we'll be taking all these little trees, this little grove out in front of us here, and get round to that area. Something along this sort of line here, I think. We can straighten it up afterwards. It'll help us see the stumps as well with any luck. We'll leave our little cleared work area there undisturbed. But it just starts to give us a sense. This will be quite a good sized field, I think, by the time we get it all sorted out. Given that we've got weather challenges that come up at this time of the year, but we've still got at least 3 days that we'll get partials with as we move forward into so 1 more day left in December, and then 2 days in January. So I think we'll give it a reasonable crack getting this sorted. And if for some reason we don't get it all done, well, that's not the end of the world either. It will leave a little wooded patch just on the edge of the little lake there, so we don't have too many erosion issues. Make it maybe not quite as much as we've got here. To see what happens coming over, and then it starts to get pretty thick in here. Yeah, I think we want to be clearing this patch. Maybe to be able to come straight across there might be the trick. Work this around here. Find ourselves a bit of a path through the trees here. But as you can see, there's still plenty of timber on here to sell down, so I don't think we have to be too concerned financially. And we've got more crop to sell. So it's a fair old field perimeter, I think. And with the snow coming in and the light fading, this might be a really good spot to leave it for this episode. So, I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you everyone for watching. And until next time, stay safe, have fun. See ya.